How's it going, internet? Welcome back. So, where do I start? I said I'd check back in a week, so here I am. Hey, I'm good in my word, right? So I'm finishing up my job that I've been working out here in Eagle Mountain, Utah, in probably about a week or so. I've been working at that job, I think, since March. It's been a really good job. I really like my employer. I'm gonna almost certainly come back and do a bunch more work for him later this year, next year, pretty much whenever he asks me to. But I've grown stagnant a little bit. I recorded a full album with lyrics, and I've got, probably about 20 songs, just musically instrumental now on my next album already. But the lyrics just kind of stopped, and I think it's because I've been in this 7-day vortex of just kind of repeating the same day for the same week, I guess, over and over. And I'm ready for something new. Something that'll hopefully spark some new lyrics, I guess. So I'm heading to Colorado next. I was going to be going out to North Carolina to work on a volunteer project at a animal sanctuary, building a big pond for these pigs to swim in. But they went ahead with the whole COVID-19 thing, and then me getting caught up at this job here in Utah. They went ahead and just got started without me. They ended up doing something a lot smaller, and I think they just kind of decided they don't need my help anymore. But I do got a friend in Colorado that's been trying to get me out there since last year. I'm gonna go out. I did a bunch of work for her last year, and not as much as we'd like to get done, but we got done a lot. And she has this beautiful piece of property in Colorado overlooking downtown Denver. But when she first bought this piece of property, it was just a steep hill all the way down on her property. So we've been kind of terracing it out and having access roads. And so she has like this one main big cabin, and then she's got all these little smaller cabins throughout the property. It's really cool. So anyways, I'm going back out there to help her do some more landscaping on that property. And then I'm also going to be checking in with my oldest friend. I've known him for 30 years. His name is Preston. I've known his wife for 20 years. We all went to high school together. And he builds computers professionally. He actually works for the military, but he's very specifically skilled in technology and IT. And he's going to help me build this monster of an editing computer. I'm investing like $3,000. I'm going to finally do a real proper desktop computer for video editing. I have like 128 gigs of RAM. It's going to be ridiculous. So we're going to be linking up with him and spending some time with him out there, and we're going to build a computer together. So that'll be awesome. So I got this really awesome 360 camera, which I'm recording on right now, but I can only really use it as a single lens camera right now because the 360 files are 5.6K. They're way too heavy for my laptop to edit, so that's why I'm getting this desktop workstation. And even though I got these cool options for a 360 camera now, I can't use any of them or show you guys any of these videos until I get this new computer, so I'm pretty excited for that. So I don't travel constantly. Most of you who watched the channel years ago, I mean, I'm just now starting again, know that I don't just travel constantly. I think that's one thing people get confused about with this lifestyle, is they think that, well, how do you afford a life constantly traveling? Well, you don't constantly travel. That would be hard to always be making money. You'd have to have some type of a job where you're literally making it on the road as you go. And some people pull that off, but I stop in towns and I work for a while and I make a bunch of money, and then I go to the next town. So, and I prefer gift economics when I can. It keeps things genuine, I guess, and it makes it about the passion. That's why I decided not to monetize this channel this time around. It's because, before I was just worried about following analytics and marketing trends and checking all the boxes and making sure I have the right thumbnails and clickbaity titles and all that stuff. And it became less about the content and more about creating content that was going to make money. And so now I'm just getting back to doing what it started off as. I never intended to actually start a video blog. I had all this cool footage I was getting of awesome experiences I was having with friends. I started kind of editing it together with music. It was more like, home videos / music videos. And the next thing I know, I started getting a bunch of subscribers on my YouTube channel, and people suggesting that I should add some commentary over top of the videos, and it just kind of grew and evolved. But so now I'm getting back to what it was originally, which is just essentially sharing my memories and making memories and having something that I can go back and look at later, years later. And I've really appreciated having that I can go back 6 years ago and watch videos of stuff I was doing 6 years ago. It's another thing I like about Facebook. You know, for all the people say that Facebook is drama, it's full of drama, and I have to disagree. You get out of it what you put into it. If you're drama, Facebook is drama. You decide what your experience on Facebook is going to be. To me, it's been a tremendous tool for all kinds of things. It's how I find all my volunteer work and other types of work all throughout the country. It's how I network with other like-minded people. I mean, anytime I decided I got like a new passion, something I want to pursue, like for instance skydiving, I'll go onto skydiving groups on Facebook and I'll start friending people and making networks. And now I've got friends that are skydivers all over the world, and anywhere I go I've got that group, that network available to me, and it just makes it that much easier to start sliding into those things that you want to do in life. And every interest that I get into, that's essentially what I do. I just network with a bunch of people. That's why I have like 2,000 friends on Facebook. And they were all hand selected. I mean, none of them were just throwaway friends. They were all people I specifically wanted to be friends with. So gift economics, right? That's why I don't do the type of work that I did before. And I'd mentioned in my first video, since I started this new series, that it didn't feel like honest work to me. And that's what I meant by that. I guess I should have kind of gone in a little bit more. It didn't feel honest because I was doing it for money. That was the motivation. And I mean, at times I was doing it for a lot of money. But that's why it didn't feel honest. It wasn't really what was in my heart at a certain point. It had become a job. And so I started doing the volunteer work and working more specifically in gift economics, where I was just helping people because it's what was in my heart. It's what I wanted to do. And that made all the difference in the world. And that's why I decided I wanted to really go full on with the type of life that I'm living, is because I want to be able to work because it's what I want to do. And so now with all these video and graphic projects and other types of things related to what I used to do for a living, I do it mostly as a volunteer now. And I'll give you an example. Right now I'm doing a 30-year anniversary video for my lawyer. You say, lawyer? What do you got a lawyer for? He's a business lawyer. And I don't need him that often. Most of the time I use him as a resource to help my friends out, but he's also helped me set up my own business, my own nonprofit. And I have a tendency to turn everything into a business, and it's something I'm really trying to break myself of. To give you an example, a few years ago, I was out in Portland and I came across this really cool food truck park, and this is before we really seen these in a lot of other states, and I hadn't seen it in Utah. So I came back to Utah and decided I wanted to start a food truck because I really like to cook. And I was at that point fairly newly a vegan, and I wanted to make more vegan options available for people, so I wanted to do a vegan food truck. As I started building that business, I realized fairly quickly there was not a market for that kind of thing, and so I was going to have to create a market. I was trying to just guarantee I would have a strong market to enter whenever I started the business. And so I started this monthly vegan food truck roundup, where I got all these other food trucks that were not vegan, and I got them to offer nothing but vegan menus for one single day, for one single event. We do it once a month, and then all the money that we made, we would donate to different organizations that help animals. So like we gave to animal shelters, animal sanctuaries, wildlife rescue, things like that. It always had to do something that helped animals. And it didn't take but maybe 6 months before I started to feel trapped, stuck in that 7-day vortex where I'm just repeating the same week. I call it the Groundhog Day effect. If you've ever seen the movie, that'll make sense. You get stuck in the same circumstances. Now you're just repeating the same week over and over and over, and things get old really fast. And so I quit doing that. So anyways, why do I have a business lawyer? Well, he's just a friend, and he's ran for several different political offices, and I helped him to create the videos for his campaigns and logos and advertising and that kind of stuff. And I've also gotten involved in some of the other philanthropy that he does. as a result of that, he knows he can call on me anytime he needs to for work like that, and I'm always glad to help. And I also know that he, in return, is always willing to do the same thing, and he always has been. So I'm actually meeting with him today. We're going to record the audio for this video I'm doing for him, and I'm taking my brother along with me, and we're going to go and talk to him about him setting up a business for my brother. So, you know, it comes in really handy to have a business lawyer at your disposal sometimes. And that's gift economics. And the trick to making that work is it's got to be sincere. You don't give into it. You don't give to others with the expectation of getting something in return. If Dwayne didn't offer, Dwayne's my lawyer, if he didn't offer his services in kind in return for me helping him out, that wouldn't prevent me from helping him again anytime he called and asked for my help. I help him because it's what's in my heart. And I think the sincerity of that comes across, and that makes him want to share the same respect with me. And so I've built all kinds of relationships like this. I've got a good friend that's a framer and finish carpenter. I've got a good friend that owns a transmission shop. I've got a good friend that owns a printing shop. I've got a friend that's a lawyer. And so I've got, it seems, a very strong network of people. And the thing is, when you invest into people, that investment always stands strong. If the economy goes belly up and for some reason currency becomes worthless, well, all those relationships that you invested into, they still hold currency, so to speak. They still hold value. So I do believe you invest in people. And that's why I feel like I have so much security. Aside the fact that I live a very simple life, I know there's a lot of people that got my back. Hopefully I'll have some adventures for you guys soon, but as of recently I've just been working a lot, and that's gonna stop soon though. I've got a lot of work that I've already pre-lined up, and I just need to keep my word and go finish all that work for all those people that I've already committed to. But after I'm done with this next little bit of all this work that I've got lined up, I'll have plenty of money to sit on as a nest egg, and I'm just gonna go out and adventure for a while, and that's when the really fun videos are gonna come. I don't think I'm going to make it out to Moab this year. If I do, it's going to be sometime in the fall. But hopefully we'll have some cool Moab videos coming up soon. So, I guess that's it. Thanks for hanging out with me, and we'll see you next time. Peace.